So here we go, y'all. Okay, so this is a bit of an old story, but we got to talk about this. Got to talk about this. So this dude, there is a pastor in St. Louis who claimed that he raised a woman from the dead. He claimed that he raised a woman from the dead, y'all. Now, this guy's name is Pastor David Taylor. He calls himself an apostle. So he has this he claims to have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. I mean, they be kicking it, like they hang out, they go to strip club, they go to bars, they be at each other's children's birthday parties. They just do regular stuff that men do together, the bond. But he has his personal relationship with Jesus. And on his Facebook page, he posted that he raised a woman from the dead. And this is how the story went, y'all. The headline read, "Releasing the supernatural resurrection power of God. She lives," declared David in an announcement on his Facebook page with a photo of an unidentified elderly woman who appeared to be getting some form of medical treatment. Now, a message that was sent by the woman's daughter lately appeared to confirm what had happened, what had taken place, according to Mr. Taylor. This shit is funny, y'all. Check this out. This is what she said, according to Mr. Taylor. "Thank you so much, Dad." She called him Dad. "The doctors were so amazed for my mom's speedy recovery. She was dead for 40 minutes, but God resurrected her. After clinical studies, they tried not to give her diabetic pills, and guess what? She got healed from her diabetes as well. She doesn't need to take her medicine no more. She will go home today. Thank you so much for praying for us." This was her yesterday. Claimed the statement that the daughter was supposedly made. This shit is funny. Now, y'all know, man, some of these pastors, man, they got these supernatural powers. Hey, man, to the pastors that's on your job, you in the business of soul saving, man. Hey, man, I salute you, man. Keep doing your job, man. You on your job, do your job, man, and just try to ignore these other guys, man. You don't let these other guys discourage your work. It's just like I tell artists that are discouraged by the music industry today. Don't allow the dubbing down to discourage you from getting into the industry. If you got what it takes and you know you've been called for real, you know that's your calling, man, do what you do. Don't let nobody discourage you. But I got to go in on these clowns, man. I can't let them make it no more. I can't. I gotta go in. It's so funny to me. It's fascinating. Now, this guy also urged his followers to call the prayer line just in case they had something that was dead in their life. This is how this statement went. It goes, "That's power. What do you need resurrected that is dead in your life today? A marriage, a relationship, ministry, finances, health, children, a business? Call David E. Taylor's 24/7 prayer line now to pray the prayer of agreement and receive resurrection." I'm having these interruptions, y'all, but anyway. Boy, the devil is a lie. But anyway, but this same guy was deposed in a Michigan court last year for financial corruption. Among the purchases that he made with the congregation money, he was called out because they saying that he used the congregation's money inappropriately. Basically, he stole the money is what they're saying. Now, among the purchases that he's supposed to have made with the congregation's money is a $2.8 million home, which he claims is a, what did he call it? He called it a recreation center. And he said he uses it to bring people out, important, high-profile people, to come out and entertain them, basically. And he also said he uses it for staff and to train people in his congregation. He also listed a BMW, a Mercedes, and a Rolls Royce. Now, the Mercedes was cut. They spent $50,000 to cut the Mercedes and stretch it out into a limo. They say the attorney in the deposition asked him, what do you need a stretch limo for? He said, well, you know, like basically, man, people like to ride in style, baby. You know, this is Joshua Media Ministries International, baby. We rolling style around here, baby. We don't do that old church bus stuff. We rolling style. So, also, he spent $30,000 on clothes over a 2-year stretch. Now, among the purchases was a $5,000 Louis Vuitton belt, which he probably used to beat his daughter because he was accused of beating his daughter also a couple of years ago. So, who knows? It just amazes me. Oh, and another thing that happened with this dude. One woman spent over $600,000 out of her 401k. She took all the money out. A judge ordered her not to go back to that church, not to take her children to the church. She took them anyway. She went back and took the kids to the church anyway. The woman got a house foreclosed on. Basically got reduced to financial bankruptcy. And the pastor, meanwhile, is just living the life. He living it. I mean, he living it up. It just amazes me, man, how people can not see a hustle. A hustle that's so obvious when you have so much and the people that you represent have so little. The people that you're supposed to be protecting have so little. The people that you're supposed to be loving and guiding have so little. Now, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I think being a member of the Clark is one of the most honorable things that a person can do when you're in the business of saving souls. When you're genuinely in the business and you're genuinely in the business of saving souls, I don't see why you shouldn't live a comfortable life. But what are you doing with that money? I don't think God would agree that you should be rolling around in a Rolls Royce while you got members in your congregation don't even know how they're going to pay their rent or where they're going to get their next meal from. That's a problem. That's a huge problem. And it's got to be addressed. And these people who take advantage of the poor and the less fortunate, they got to be called out. Ain't nobody bringing nobody back from the dead without some kind of medical treatment. That ain't happening, man. All that old wishing and hoping and thinking, man, you can pray all you ain't nobody coming back from the dead unless you got some doctors working on you, doing some of this, or somebody come on you and do some pumping and blowing some air through your lungs, something. Ain't nobody magically bringing nobody back from the dead, man. It ain't happening. Get that through your head. It's going to be interesting to see how this thing turns out. I'll be watching. Again, for those of you that's out there doing your job, I salute you. I love you for it. But the rest of y'all, need to eat a fat one. No more talk.